Hi viewers, so welcome back to my channel. On today's tutorial we're going to learn how to make this two-step pleated turban. Okay, the materials that you will need for that is your stretchy fabric, your scissors, needle and thread, your measuring tape, your chain cord. You can get this from tailoring material shop or from any millinery shop. Then your padded, you make use of this, as well as your candle gun and your wax. Okay, first we're going to start by taking our measurements. Okay, we'll measure out the cap base first, and the length I'm going to use for that is I'm using 22 inches, okay, 26 inches, sorry, for the length of my cap base. For the width, I'm going to use 18 inches for the width. I'm making use of 18 inches for the width. Okay. Okay, that's it for the cap base. Let's measure out the strands for the two steps. Okay, now if you check the cap, you see that one of the steps is longer than the other in terms of the width. Okay, so for the first one, I'm going to be using about 8 inches for the width. We measure out, 7.5 inches for the width, and then the length I'll be using is 26 inches. 26 inches for the length. Then for the second strand, I'll be using about 7 inches. 7 inches for the width. The length is also the same, 26 inches for the length. So that's it for the measurement for the cap base. We're done with that now. The next thing we're going to measure out is our padded, okay, for the strands. Now we have to measure out 2 strands of it. The first one is going to be 7 inches for the width, and then the length is not going to be, the measurement of the length is not going to be the exact length you are using for the material, okay. This is to allow you to be able to join it easily at the back. So I'm going to make use of 23 inches for the length of the padding. Right now we are done with the measurement of our head circumference, the measurement of our cap base, sorry. The next thing we're going to do now is to measure out the padded, okay. For the first one, remember that we used about 7.5 inches, so you're going to put it on fold. You fold it this way to mark out the points you're going to measure, okay. Now for the length, we are not using the exact length. We are not going to use the exact length. So the padded is going to be shorter than the main fabric itself. Okay. So remember that our measurement for the fabric was 26 inches, but for the padded you are going to make it about 24 inches for the length. So cut that out. For the second one, you also measure it the same way. Okay. We are using the same length for the first one, that is for the padding, and the length we are using is 24 inches for the length. So right now that we are done with that, the next thing we're going to do now is to stitch them, okay. You are going to fold it into 2 for the strands. You fold it into 2 with the right side facing the right side. Then you stitch along this part. Then after you're done with that, you will now insert this into it. The same thing you are going to do for the other one. Remember, we have 2 strands, okay. That's the same thing you're going to do for the second one. Then for the main cap base, we're going to form our plaits, and for us to do that, you place the fabric in such a way that the right side will be facing you. Then you fold it in backwards, and then fold it this way, and then use about, let's say, 1 inch to stitch along this part. When you are done with that, you fold it in again, and when folding it, ensure that the first one is covering your thread that is underneath, okay. You fold it so that the first one will be covering your thread that is underneath. Then you stitch along this part as well, and then as soon as you are done with that, you will join everything together, okay. You first of all join the 2 strands together, and then you also join it to your cap base, okay. Now if you watch the way I did my stitching, the first line of thread is being covered by the second layer of fabric, and then for the other thread line I'm going to use my first strand, that's the bigger one, to cover it. Can you see that? And then you place this other one on top. You're going to use your candle gun and join everything together. Please, when joining it together, you slant the edge a little bit. Don't just put it straight, okay? You're going to slant the edge just this way. Do that on both sides, okay? And then after that, you cut out your trims. You cut out your trims and then place it on top. Okay, that's after joining everything. When you are done joining them together this way, cut out your trims, place it on top. But before then, remember that you have to join your cap by flipping it backwards. Okay, when you join the cap together, you stitch from this edge down this way, then turn it out before applying these trims on it, just like what we have here. Okay, I'm going to do that off camera and then show us the final outlook. All right, I'm done with that. Okay, this is the finished look of the cap. That's what we have, and that brings us to the end of this tutorial. If this is your first time of joining us, please subscribe to my channel, like, as well as share. Also turn the notification bell so that you can always be notified whenever I make a new video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.